أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الصلاة والسلام على خير خلقه أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين خاتم النبيين سيدنا مرسلين حبيب قلوبنا أبي القاسم محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. السلام عليك يا رسول الله. السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة النساء العالمين. السلام عليك يا حسن والحسين سيدي شباب أهل الجنة. السلام عليك يا علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. السلام عليك يا إمام المهدي يا صاحب العصر والزمان. السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. Before I begin, we have someone that I know who just came out of an operation, and we recite 5 times Amma Yujibu for her quick recovery, inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. أَمَّن يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ 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 أَمَّن يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ. صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
So we're here back again with a lesser crowd. I understand that everyone has their exams this week. So inshallah next week we expect to see more people attending. And I was telling Brother Muhammad Sadiq when I arrived here, I truly, honestly forgot what winter was like. It was a reminder when you come out of the airport and you have a thin jacket, something that is not enough. But this is reality. But what is also reality in our daily life is that come Muharram, Safar, and the holy month of Ramadan, for some reason we tune ourselves to become better, or we try to become better during these 3 months, and sadly now it's not really 3 months. First it was until Arba'een, then it was the whole month of Muharram, and now it's only 12 days. After that we go back to our normal lifestyle. We forget what we actually learned, and we forget the actual message of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. We forget what he sacrificed for. You see, every year for the past 6 to 7 years, wherever I've given a lecture, I just ask one question, and I will ask that again in the starting of this lecture. Are we Muslims for a reason, or are we Muslims for a season? And we're talking about the season of the holy month of Muharram. Recite a salawat, please.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Today's youth, and maybe even adults, I don't know, but the youth mostly, because I teach in high school, I have been with the youth for the past 10 years. And for the past 10 years, I've been cracking my head to figure out what is really going on with ourselves. In fact, there was a time whereby I would constantly hammer at what we are doing wrong. But then this year, what happened is I realized where we are going wrong. And inshallah, these next few nights, we'll try to understand where exactly our problem lies, all of us. But the one thing that the youth love saying you know what, you can't compel me to do anything. La ikraha fi din. There is no compulsion in religion. I do what I want to do. You cannot judge me. We've heard that many times. You can't judge me what I do. I say my prayers. I fast in the holy month of Ramadan. I come to the mosque in Muharram. Now how are you going to judge me? I do what Allah wants me to do. La ikraha fi din qad tabayyana ar-rushd min al-ghayy. They use the first part of this sentence, la ikraha fi din, there is no compulsion in religion, but they forget the next part of the sentence that says qad tabayyana ar-rushd min al-ghayy. The right has become distinct from error. There is no compulsion in religion, obviously. But if you are true to yourself, if you are true to God, this one God, we follow the monotheistic value, then we wouldn't need to be compelled to do anything in life. There is no reason to be told, do this or don't do this. You understand what I'm saying? Now let me switch sides before I carry on with this. La ikraha fi din qad tabayyana ar-rushd min al-ghayy. We are here in the month of Muharram. Everything is black all around us. We also wear black clothes. Every year, 40 days, it's all black until the death of our holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The question is, weren't all the other imams harassed? All of imams are poisoned except for the 12th imam. Imam Ali was with the sword. And the prophets before, they were all harassed. You look at Prophet Ayub. What happened to him? You look at Prophet Shuaib, you look at Prophet Ibrahim, that threw him in the fire. But why is it that we pay so much allegiance to Abu Abdullah al-Hussein? For 40 days continuously, we look at his life, we narrate the martyrdom year after year. A battle that lasted not more than 13 hours has continued for 13 centuries. The question is why? What was it that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put into the sacrifice of Imam al-Hussein that made it stand for eternity? But you know, the sacrifice of Imam Hussein did not affect the people after him. It affected the people before him. I'll give you an example. 2,500 years before Imam Hussein, we have recited salawat, please. Prophet Ibrahim was riding on a horse. He was going back home. And all of a sudden, the horse just stilted. And Prophet Ibrahim fell from the horse and hit his head on a rock. He started bleeding. At that time, Prophet Ibrahim turned to Allah and he says, Ya Allah, have I done anything wrong that I deserve this? Did I do anything wrong? And at that time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through Angel Jibreel, said, O Ibrahim, there's nothing wrong that you have done. But the place where the horse stopped and you fell is the place where the seal of the prophets, his grandson, is going to be martyred. And it is ordained by Allah that your blood flows in accordance with his blood. And at that time, Prophet Ibrahim became agitated also. And he wept for his grandson as well. Before Prophet Ibrahim, Prophet Noah on the ark, it is said that when the ship reached a certain place, it is like as if the earth was pulling the ship down towards it. Prophet Noah turned to Allah and he says, Ya Allah, I have gone around the earth twice, but I have not felt as scared as I am right now. What is going on? Why is my ship being pulled by the earth? And Allah replied and he said, and we're talking about thousands of years before the sacrifice of Imam al-Hussein. Allah replied and he says, O Noah, through the angel Jibreel, the reason why your ship was being pulled by the earth in this location, because this is the same location that the seal of the prophets, his grandson, will be martyred and slaughtered, and the people will have no mercy on him. Back then, even Prophet Noah became agitated at what was going to happen to his grandson. When we say Aba Abdullah al-Hussein, he is the father of all the servants of Allah from the time of Prophet Adam until the time of Imam al-Mahdi. This is why the importance of this sacrifice is so valuable to Muslims all around the world. لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي فمن يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله. What Imam al-Hussein did was, he showed the world what Taghut is. There is no compulsion in religion. Right is distinct from error. فَمَنْ يَغْفُرْ بِالطَّاغُوتِ وَيُؤْمِنْ بِاللَّهِ. A person who is able to recognize the Taghut of his time. Taghut, last year if you remember, I had mentioned it was a shaitan. But it is not only a shaitan. Another meaning of Taghut is oppression, a system of oppression. Here Abu Abdullah al-Hussein was showing the world. You see, Imam al-Hussein did not suppress evil. Let us get that clear. Imam al-Hussein, the battle in Karbala was not to suppress evil. No, it was to expose evil. In order to show mankind, look, this is evil. This is Taghut. This is a system of oppression that you must fight and stand up against. Otherwise, it is going to devour you. It is going to annihilate you. My brothers and sisters, only 50 years after the Holy Prophet, look at what happened to the community. We are talking about the community of the Holy Prophet. 50 years after the revelation of the Quran. Today, it is 1400 years. What is happening today? Yazid was a symbol of oppression. He was the Taghut. He was the shaitan. He was, or he had the arrogance of Fir'aun. He had the crimes of Bani Israel. He had the crimes of Nimrod. He was, after all, from Abu Sufyan. And Imam al-Hussein was telling the world, you cannot stand up to any sort of oppression that you see. Stand up against it, even if you have to give your life for it. Allah's religion is perfect. The topic for this next few nights is journey towards perfection. And how we can achieve perfection contrary to the belief that some people might think we cannot achieve perfection. I'll give you examples of men who are not even of the Ahlul Bayt who achieve perfection. And how they managed to do it. One man in 2 years, which I will talk about today, how he achieved perfection. He was an idol worshipper, but within 2 years, going to the Battle of Badr, he goes to the Battle of Uhud. He goes to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. This man, by the way, he was a staunch idol worshipper. He kept a small idol in his house. One day the idol falls from the shelf where he kept it, and it broke in pieces. And he thought to himself, this man thought to himself, he says, if this is a god, the god could not protect itself. This was his thought. But you know what? His belief in idol worshipping was so strong that he kept the idol again. He fixed it, he kept it again. A few days or a few weeks later, he sees that the idol that he was worshipping for years, and he was an old man, the idol that he was worshipping for years was somehow, I don't know if someone did it, but tied the idol and put it inside a well with a dead dog. So he comes back home and he sees that, the idol is not there anymore. Where is it? He goes to search for it. He sees that the idol is stirred with a rope inside a well. Next to, tied in the same rope, there's a dead dog over there. He says, truly, if you were a god, you would not be with a dog inside a well. He left the idol. Within a day or two, because the religion of Islam was established, he became a Muslim. In the year 3 AH, the Battle of Uhud was about to take place. It is said that he goes to the Holy Prophet and he says to the Holy Prophet, and he